The family Chantel star Pedro Jimeno banked on his looks to woo Chantel. Since his time on the show, Pedro's looks have continued to pay dividends. The family Chantel star Pedro Jimeno's good looks have paid dividends even after his time on the show. Pedro became a reality TV star when he debuted on 90 Day Fiance alongside his partner Chantel Everett, and fans watched as Pedro went from Chantel's Spanish teacher to her husband. However, the couple's love story also came with many hiccups, especially the reluctance from both of their families to get along and accept their relationship. Despite various altercations, which caused a further rift within the family, Pedro and Chantel maintained their marriage, but only for a while. Pedro and Chantel's marriage started unraveling with accusations of infidelity levied against Pedro, who was accused of stepping out on Chantel with his sister's friend Corema Morla and one of his co-workers. Chantel also accused Pedro of staying away from home later than usual and not supporting her in her nursing career. However, despite all these, Chantel was willing to work on her marriage with Pedro until he filed for divorce. However, many fans have wondered why Chantel was willing to take all of Pedro's lousy behavior even though she had options. When Chantel and Pedro's romance started, Chantel's parents, Karen and Thomas, were skeptical about the pace at which the two moved from being strangers to couples and her decision to marry him after just 3 in-person meetings. Although Pedro had very little to offer Chantel financially and was barely even romantic based on what fans saw him exhibit on the show, one wonders precisely what Chantel got taken by that made her fall so quickly in love with Pedro. However, glancing at Pedro's face and body suggests Chantel probably fell for his handsomeness. Pedro might have lacked the financial ability to impress Chantel. However, he makes up for most of that through his attractiveness. Meanwhile, Chantel wasn't shy about complimenting Pedro's looks, often flirting with him on social media, including commenting, "On the way home, baby, take it off," on one of his Instagram posts. Pedro's handsome face and athletic body perfectly complemented Chantel, and they were regarded as one of the most physically attractive duos in the 90 Day Fiancé franchise. Despite Pedro's character flaws and how poorly he treated Chantel, she was always willing to forgive her handsome husband. Pedro's real estate journey began in 2021 when he obtained his license from the Georgia Real Estate Commission, after which he was employed at the Laura Delgado Realty Group. Pedro's work at the realty company marked the beginning of the end of his relationship with Chantel, as he considered his work more important than their romance. Since their divorce, Pedro has stepped up his real estate activities up a notch, with his Instagram page littered with pictures and videos of him advertising houses for sale. However, besides the fame he attained on the family Chantel, Pedro also has a strategy by which he attracts customers with his good looks. Pedro is featured heavily in most posts on his Instagram to advertise his properties. However, the reality star also makes it a point to smile warmly at the camera and walk around gingerly with the cameras on him at all times. While most of these might be considered perfect marketing strategies, Pedro often overdoes them, featuring more prominently than the house interior he's supposedly showing off. Still, the strategy looks to be working for him. From being considered one of the fan favorites, Pedro's reputation underwent a complete change on the show due to how he treated Chantel to fans, who labeled him a gold digger for being all about what he could get from the marriage. Pedro was also called a gigolo for how much he relied on Chantel to provide before he got a job. However, once he became independent, Pedro lost the fans and his marriage due to his insensitive and inattentive attitude, making him a villain within the family Chantel fan base. However, despite how unpopular Pedro has become within the fan base, the former reality star still retains a substantial following on social media, with about 436 followers on his Instagram page alone. Pedro's social media posts are also mainly about his properties for sale and rarely about his personal life, which questions why most fans are still regularly in his comment section. While it is evident that some fans are on the page to throw shade, it is also safe to assume Pedro's attractive looks are once again paying dividends and attracting fans to his page. Within the multitude of real estate-related posts on Pedro's Instagram page are also images of Pedro hitting the gym to maintain his athletic build and attractive looks. Pedro has been focused on fitness, developing a special preference for Muay Thai training and weightlifting to lose weight and tone his physique. In a shirtless post on his Instagram, Pedro celebrated his 45-pound weight loss with the caption, "7 months of hard work and commitment give results from 210 pounds to 165. Thanks to everyone for your support. Muay Thai plus intermittent fasting." In an earlier instance, Pedro revealed that he wanted to learn Muay Thai to be fit and learn self-defense via US Magazine. However, Pedro, who also leverages his looks in his real estate and TV careers, knows the importance of preserving his most impressive attributes, so he takes his fitness very seriously. Pedro's looks have brought him notoriety since his days on the family channel, and he'll continue capitalizing on them. Instagram blogger 90 Day Fiance Update has posted a photo of Michael, which has enraged some viewers. It looks like a screenshot of a Facebook post captioned, "Michael partying like no else." The picture shows Michael wearing a printed black shirt with blue jeans and a black hat standing in front of a red Mercedes car. While the picture looks like it's old and not recently clicked, some fans, such as Coolidril86, have posted comments like, "Of course he is. His plan came together." Meanwhile, former 90 Day Fiancé cast member Scott Wern wrote, "GoFundMe? For that? So ******************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************** messages and find out whether he was a scammer or not. However, the detective went ahead and proved that Michael was neither a scammer nor a cheater. Angela thought that 2 weeks and a 189-page report weren't enough. She refused to believe the same private investigator she had hired just because her heart told her Michael was lying. She was convinced that Todd had fallen for Michael's lies as well. She didn't know that Michael was going to leave her in the next few days. He told the police that he didn't want Angela to know his location, but has openly posed for photos with fans in Texas, revealing that's where he lives. Michael posted about his new family and celebrated the 4th of July with them. He started wearing expensive accessories like an Apple Watch, gold chains, and AirPods in his photos. Michael also waited until the 90-day fiancé. Happily ever after? Season 8 till all was over so he could start his GoFundMe. Michael initially got greedy and asked for $50,000, but later changed the amount to $25,000. He seemed to have known that Angela had filed an annulment, but also knew that he would get more sympathy and money from fans after they'd watched the tell-all. Some of Michael's decisions look shady, but he still gets support because of how Angela has mistreated him, even on camera, since they got together. A majority of the 90-day fiancé. Happily ever after. Fandom is cheering for Michael and readily donating towards his legal expenses because they are happy he's free. Michael should prove to them that he's using their money correctly.